Okay, drone video tract 41 at Cedar Gap Hollow. We are parked at about the southeast corner and we're going to be looking westerly over the property. There we go. So where the white truck is parked, east side or southeast corner, I guess, that's going to be the south side of the road frontage on the east side of the property. So it's got a couple hundred feet of frontage on the east side. Goes way back to the west to that other road that we'll see in a second, and then it's got about 240 feet of frontage, it looks like, on that road. So here we are, we're on the far east side of the property facing westerly. You see a big pile of limbs from some clearing that was done years ago. And this tract has been off the market for quite a few years, actually. It was part of several that were leased out to some people who were planning to do quite a few improvements, and they ended up doing a cabin on a property a few tracts away from this one. And really, this was just something that they never did anything to, this tract 41. It was probably on their list, and they just never progressed that far. So other than we do see what looks like some grown-up trails here. So there might have been some trails and possibly some clearings that were done, but that would have been several years ago, and they would need to be either mowed or reclaimed with a brush hog. Looking westerly, you can see that little creek that crosses over the west side of the property, that creek bed. We see water in that creek bed every now and then. Certainly not a year-round creek bed, but it is pretty cool. You'll find some neat fossils in there. Could be some arrowheads if you search. People have found arrowheads in this area for sure. So we're kind of turning around. The property sits, as we're looking now, southwesterly. Property's on the left side of that gravel easement road. And you can see obviously that creek bed that we just mentioned on the property. You're going to find all different types of timber, all different sizes. Excuse me. Obviously, there's gravel in that creek bed, which you could use if you have some building projects or maybe some landscaping projects. That natural Ozark Creek gravel is actually pretty valuable if you've ever had to purchase that. So the property is a good size. It's over 5 acres, 5.325 acres. It has been surveyed a few years ago with the corners marked. There are actually posts, T-posts in place by the 4 corners, I believe. I think we see that in at least one of the videos we have. Maybe the ground video, we see them on the east side. Now we're looking back toward the east. So the property is the lowest at the west side where that little stream is. And it's the highest at the east side where the white truck is parked. But it's a beautiful gradual slope. It's not steep, it's very usable. Now we're just checking out, that's Highway 60 in the distance. Must be late. So Highway 60 is the main east-west road in southern Missouri. Once you get onto Highway 60, you can go west and you can be in Springfield in about 30 minutes. So extremely private, but not far at all from Springfield, Missouri, which is fantastic. On this property, you'll find red oak, white oak, hickory, probably some black walnut, probably some fruit trees, just a little bit of everything out here. This might be a nice one, obviously for hunting or camping, but potentially for building as well, just because the land is situated so nicely. The neighbor has dug a pond at some point, so you could potentially do the same thing on your property if you wanted to. Off to the right, which would be south, you'll see a driveway and a site that's on an adjacent property. This property, when we looked at it, it looked like there was probably some kind of driveway coming off going onto the property from the east side toward the northern part of the road frontage on the east side. And I think we look at that when we're doing when we're looking at the interactive map. If you check out that video, they're right at the bottom right corner of the screen, and now toward the basically middle of the screen, going off kind of to the right. That potentially was a driveway, or could be again. At some point it may meander onto a different property, but I mean, you've got a lot of options here. A few days with a tractor and a brush hog could really do wonders on this property. Love the location, love the way it's situated. Nice and private, but you can still get to it. Gorgeous tract. That's tract 41 at Cedar Gap Hollow. You can check our website at InstantAcres.com to check availability and to get tons of details on this property. We'll have other videos, we'll have an interactive map. Cedar Gap Hollow is a homesteader-friendly development, so if that's the kind of property you're looking for, then it's fantastic for that. But you can get details again at the website at InstantAcres.com. Everything we sell on our website we offer with complete instant owner financing, and we would love to speak with you. That particular tract, tract 41 at Cedar Gap Hollow, east of Springfield, Missouri.